Alright guys, so far in this little mini-series on pentatonics, we've learned how to navigate your fretboard better, moving up and down instead of just staying in a box pattern. And we've learned a few stylistic things too, as far as how to start sounding like Joe Bonamassa or Eric Johnson and those kind of players. Now, I want to give you a simple idea on how to start playing over changes and how to actually start using your pentatonic scales to play over changes. People ask me all the time, these scales are great and everything, but how do I apply them? How do I actually use them? And one of the easiest, most fundamental ways to start learning to play over changes or chord changes is to take any chord. Since we've been in G major this whole time, we'll make it a G major. Practice playing your G major pentatonic over that, just G major pentatonic. Then, what you're going to do, instead of making that a major chord, you're going to switch it to a minor. When you do that, it forces you to change to a G minor pentatonic. And the cool thing about this, it makes it a little bit easier instead of a complete chord change, like changing from, I don't know, let's say G major to A minor. Doing this keeps all of your root notes in the same location, so you're already in that mode. All you have to do is switch from a major pentatonic kind of navigation system to switching to a minor pentatonic navigation system, if you will. So, if you have a G major, play G major pentatonic over it, right? If you switch to a G minor, switch to a G minor pentatonic. And the root notes, like I said, stay in the same place. You just change the quality of the pentatonic scale shape you're doing. So I've made a jam track for you guys that has 8 bars of a major kind of a tonality over a G chord. Then it switches to 8 bars of a minor tonality, so you can switch back and forth over and over and over again, practicing between improvising with your G major pentatonic and going back to your G minor pentatonic. It's a great, great first step to really start using your pentatonic scales to play over chord changes. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to roll the jam track for you. I'm just going to really simply walk you through playing G major pentatonic, pretty dry and basic, over the G major chord. And then when it switches to a G minor chord, we're just going to switch pentatonic shapes to a G minor pentatonic, so you can get an idea of how to start developing this. Then once that's all done, I'll give you some ideas or let you see how kind of navigating the fretboard with all the things we've learned, all the navigational things and all the stylistic things that we've learned in this little mini-series, all the stuff you can do with that. So here you go. So that's a really, really basic example of just switching back and forth between a major pentatonic over a G major chord and a G minor pentatonic over a G minor chord. Now let me give you a better example of what this would sound like incorporating all the stuff that we've learned so far in this little mini-series on pentatonics and how far you can really take this. All right, guys, that brings us to the end of this little series on pentatonics, and I just want to thank Gibson and say that it was a pleasure doing this little mini series for you guys. I hope that you have learned some really cool things that you can take and really start developing in your playing that are going to help you break out of the pentatonic box scale shapes that everyone is always complaining about. And if you're into Bonamassa or Eric Johnson too, hope you gain some things that are going to help add that kind of color to your playing. Practice hard, guys, and I'll see you later.